A glimmer of hope. That's how many are describing the deal reached at the Ukraine Peace Summit in Minsk. Marathon talks produced a roadmap to end the violence. CCTV's Kate Parkinson explains the key points of this new agreement.
It took over 16 hours, but a deal was finally reached. A ceasefire will come into effect on Sunday, followed by the withdrawal of heavy weapons from the front line and constitutional reform to give eastern Ukraine more autonomy.
Overall, I can say that what we have achieved gives us a lot more hope than if we had not achieved anything. That's why it can be said that this initiative was worth it. Towards the end, President Putin also put pressure on the separatists so that they agreed for the ceasefire. I'm under no illusion, and we are under no illusion, that a lot of work is still necessary, but there is a real chance to improve things. Germany and France and Germany together showed that we have made a contribution in accordance with Europe.
But big hurdles remain on the path to peace, and there were clearly still tensions between the Russian President Vladimir Putin and the other leaders. Putin pointing the finger of blame towards Kiev for the process taking so long.
It wasn't a very best night of my life, but the morning in my view was kind, because despite all of the difficulties in the process, we managed to agree on the main issues. By the way, speaking of why the agreement took so long, I think it's connected with the fact that the Kiev authorities up until now refused primary contact with Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics.
Leaders of the self-proclaimed People's Republics said they were satisfied with the outcome, but said the onus is on Kiev to keep the peace.
All responsibility for breaking or non-compliance with any agreements will be on Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko. All points of the agreement require further consultations. The talks are still continuing. That's why any violation or non-compliance with those points will lead to no more memorandums in the future, under any circumstances.
In a further sign of ongoing tensions, there was no joint statement or signing ceremony, and the Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko excluded Russian journalists when he briefed the media after the talks.
I can say that everything was difficult, and in fact various unacceptable conditions were put to us, conditions of retreat, of surrender. We did not succumb to a single ultimatum and clearly defended our position that a ceasefire be announced without any preliminary conditions.
But the ceasefire does not come into effect immediately. The delay in implementing the ceasefire could give both sides the possibility of grabbing more land. It's certainly highly likely that the separatists will try and continue their offensive against the government-held town of Debaltseve. Despite the fact that a ceasefire has now been agreed, there could be a few days of heavy fighting in eastern Ukraine before the guns fall silent. Kate Parkinson, CCTV, Kiev.